I was at a social gathering recently, and I started talking with this woman who I've gotten to know over the last few months. And she was telling me about some of the challenges she was having in her business. And I noticed as I was talking with her that her head was shaking ever so slightly, side to side. It's something that I'd never seen her do before. And so when there was a lull in our conversation, "Are you shaking?" "No." "Well, when I'm looking at you right now, what I'm seeing is..." "Oh yeah, I only notice that when I look in the mirror." It's almost as if your whole body is saying no. Well, she went on to tell me how she'd started her business as a solopreneur, and she'd quickly attracted more business than she could do herself. And so she had to hire employees and more people to help her. And now the payroll of her business has gotten to be quite large. And she found herself like sweating and stressing through every pay period, oftentimes not taking a paycheck herself. So she was just being eaten from the inside out about this. But she felt this deep, deep responsibility to her employees and to their families for their livelihoods. And so she was quite conflicted. And so, as she's telling me this whole story, I'm realizing I'm feeling this unmistakable sensation. I was wanting to purge. So as an empath, I've learned to ask myself this question: is this feeling I'm having for me, or is this feeling actually for someone else? And I discerned pretty quickly I was feeling something for her. Can I share something with you? Sure. Ever since we've started talking, I've been wanting to purge on your behalf. That's interesting. So we went on talking. She was animatedly telling me all the stuff that's going on with her business. And not long after that, she left. And I felt better immediately once she'd left. And when I got home, I had gotten a message from her. "Thank you so much for listening to me today. I do need to purge. I just don't know in what way. I feel like crying, almost." So why am I telling you this story? It's because I believe that we have within us the missing piece for others. That within us, within our internal experience, when offered, can be the missing piece for our clients and their ability to make meaning of their internal experience. Now, you may be saying, well, duh, I mean, how many coaching hours did that take you to figure out, right? And the thing is, I left coaching school believing the coach has the questions, the client has the answers. The client has everything they need within them. The client is creative, resourceful, and whole. Now, maybe that's not what they were teaching, but that's what I learned. And that's what I left believing. And I don't believe it anymore. There are times when I am not creative or resourceful or whole. Hopefully not when I'm coaching. There are times when I am small and triggered and defended, and there's times my clients are too. And I've learned that I can offer some part of my internal experience to my clients, and it helps them make meaning of their experience. In fact, I believe there are 4 dimensions of our internal experience that we have to offer. The first is our sensations or our somatic experience. The second is our thoughts, our perspectives. I had a client who was the COO of his wife's family business. It was a business that his father-in-law, who was still living, had handed down to his wife to run. His wife was the CEO, he was the COO. Now, as COO, he was performing many of the responsibilities that a CEO performs. And that was creating this degree of stress and confusion, both in the marriage and in the company. I just don't get why Jenny doesn't let go of that CEO title. She knows that I'm doing the roles of a CEO. She just is hanging on, just gripping it. And I don't even think she likes being the CEO. I just don't understand. I don't know what's true for Jenny. And I can tell you there isn't anything I wouldn't do to make my father proud. Oh, of course. She just wants to make her father proud. By my sharing my internal experience, it gave my client a bit of perspective on his. He was able to then engage with his wife with more compassion, more space, and not long after that, they were better able to align title with responsibility. The third dimension of our experience we have to offer our clients is our feelings, our emotions. I had a client who was going through a really nasty separation and divorce, and she would often come to coaching sessions naturally quite distraught. I can't believe what my husband put on Facebook. He's putting things on Facebook even our children don't know. He's sending me these vicious texts about what a horrible mother I am and what a horrible wife I've been. And I just got to get this parenting plan done, but he just is saying, oh, we'll figure it out as we go. And I began to feel this deep well of grief. How do you feel? I feel such loss. I've been just distracting myself from feeling this. Sometimes it takes us accessing our internal experience to help our clients access theirs. The fourth dimension of our internal experience we have to offer is our desires, our wants, our wishes. I found that sometimes by offering my clients my wishes for them, my hopes for them, my dreams for them, my belief in them, that they can see something more of themselves in it and step more fully into themselves. Sharing our internal experience can be exactly what our clients need to move forward. Now, if we're going to share our internal experience, it means as coaches, we have a responsibility to know what our patterns from the past are, to know our patterns of sensing and thinking and feeling and wanting that are about us and our wounds and not about our clients and their healing. Sharing our inner experience with our clients can be the key that unlocks them to themselves. We can be their missing piece, and we were designed to be. you.